So what if mischief isn't just about playful rebellion? What if it's also a tool, one that allows you to break out of cycles of fear and stagnation? Hey there, welcome back to the Mischief Movement podcast. I'm Zoe, your guide on this journey to shake up the status quo and design a life that truly makes you feel alive. If you've ever felt disconnected, stuck on autopilot, or trapped in a life that feels more like a treadmill than an adventure, you're in the right place. I know that change can feel scary, so let's turn down the fear and crank up the fierce as we transform your life from the inside out. Whether it's solo episodes packed with actionable advice or interviews with some absolute badass human beings who've dared to defy the norm by living life their way, we're here to inspire, activate, empower, and challenge you each week. My mission is simple: to help you reawaken your rebel spirit, break free from mediocrity, and design a life that's anything but dull. You only get one wild life, so what are you planning to do with yours? If you're ready to stop settling, start living boldly, and create a positive impact along the way, let's dive in and stir up some mischief together. Now buckle up and let's go. Hey Rebels, welcome back to the Mischief Movement podcast. If you've been following along, you'll know that in the last couple of episodes, we explored how quiet thunder is your power without noise, and why maybe searching for your purpose the traditional way isn't working. Today, we're diving into something that might just be the missing piece of your puzzle, and that is mischief as a mindset. Because mischief isn't just about causing trouble. It's about curiosity, creativity, connection, and courage. And I really believe that when you embrace it, everything changes. Let me take you back to a time when I felt completely stuck. Not that long after moving to Italy, I was struggling to find work as a designer. Bills needed paying, I had a mortgage back in the UK, and so I took a part-time waitressing job, telling myself that it was just temporary. In fact, I gave myself 6 months to sort things out and find something better. But months passed and I was still there, miserable, invisible, and undervalued. I was great with customers, but inside, I literally felt like my potential was wasting away. At Christmas, I flew home to see my family, but I distinctly remember as I boarded the plane back to Italy, looking out the window and crying, knowing that I'd be spending Christmas Day and New Year working in a job that really drained me. When I shared my frustration with my Italian friends, though, they said things like, well, at least you have got a job. And one of them even warned me against leaving, calling my contract a golden ticket because it was an ongoing contract and stable jobs are just so rare in Italy. But deep down, I knew I couldn't keep doing it. And not just that, but I really wasn't willing to settle for a life that made me miserable. In the meantime, I had been job searching. It was really difficult, but finally I found something that caught my interest back in the UK. Against their advice, I handed in my notice, took a leap of faith, and flew home to start afresh. It was scary and it was a bit of an unstable time for me, but at the same time, I knew that staying stuck was scarier. I think that was the moment that I unknowingly tapped into the power of mischief by choosing curiosity over comfort and possibility over predictability. So what if mischief isn't just about playful rebellion? What if it's also a tool, one that allows you to break out of cycles of fear and stagnation? Let's talk about the 4 key ways a mischief mindset can shift your reality. So the first one is curiosity over conformity. Mischief invites you to question the status quo. Instead of asking, what's the safest option, you can ask yourself, what's the most interesting option? Or what would make this more fun? The second thing is creativity over caution. When you loosen your grip on getting it right, you open doors to new ideas and opportunities. What's one area of your life where you could experiment instead of overthink? Personally, this idea of treating things like experiments has really, really helped me to break out of overthinking everything. It just takes the pressure off. The third thing is connection over isolation. So, playful mischief brings people together. Have you ever noticed how one playful idea, one bit of fun, can really spark something in the people around you, and suddenly everybody's jumping in and wanting to be involved? I remember when I wrapped up my colleague's desk a couple of years ago when it was his birthday, and people loved it. Literally, he had bows all over his phone, googly eyes everywhere on his desk, and I wrapped up his computer screen like a present. It was just a really silly, funny thing that I could do, and it also showed people that side of me in an office environment, which I really liked. So what's one small way that you can create more fun and connection in your life today? The fourth point is courage over compliance. I've said this many times, but true mischief isn't about reckless risk. It's about stretching yourself just enough to feel alive. So what's one bold, slightly mischievous move that you can make this week? In any case, you don't have to flip your whole life upside down overnight. But here are 3 small, mighty ways that you can start living mischievously and turning mischief into more of a daily habit. Break a tiny rule. And it can be really tiny. I've talked before about mini mischief, micro mischief even. So send a voice note instead of a text. Take a different route home. Wear something unexpected. That's a brilliant one. Small disruptions just wake up your brain somehow. The other thing is to say yes before you're ready. So if something really excites you but scares you, say yes and figure it out later. I know you're probably sitting there going, that's so obvious, Zoe. But seriously, there's real power in saying yes before you're ready. I did it with the podcast. You can do it with whatever you've got in your mind. And reframe fear as fun. So the next time you're nervous about something, ask yourself, how can I make this more playful? It's a little bit like the treating life as mini experiments instead of overthinking everything. If you can take the pressure off and make it feel more enjoyable, then you're more likely to take the action. So to help you integrate this, I've got a little challenge for you. I want you to pick one of the 4 mindset shifts. So that could be curiosity, creativity, connection, or courage, and take action on it this week. Just choose one, okay? You don't have to do all 4. Maybe you decide to ask a bold question in a meeting, or you could start a project that you've been hesitating on, or reach out to someone new. Whatever it is, I want you to actually do it. And if you want extra accountability, DM me on Instagram and tell me which one you picked, because I would love to cheer you on. Not only that, but I would also love to shout you out right here on the podcast. It would be so great to hear back from you and be able to share your actions and your micro mischief with the other listeners. Finally, if you've been sitting on the fence about making a change, and that could be switching careers, starting a creative project, or finally investing in yourself, this is your little nudge to do it, right? Mischief isn't reckless, it's strategic rebellion, because it's choosing a path that excites you over one that keeps you small. And if you want support in making that shift, then I'm here to help. My coaching is designed to help you reawaken your rebel spirit and step into your full potential without feeling super overwhelmed. So you can head to the links in the show notes. You can DM me on Instagram, and maybe we can make some mischief together. Until next time, I know you've got this. Think about it, then do it. Curiosity, creativity, connection, or courage. Which one are you going to pick? Tell me which one you're going to pick, and then go do the stuff, all right? Catch you next time. That's a wrap on another episode of the Mischief Movement podcast. If today's content stirred something in you, let's keep in touch on Instagram or connect with me on LinkedIn. You can even click the link in the show notes to sign up to my Mischief Mail newsletter, where you'll get exclusive insights on upcoming episodes and your chance to submit questions to future guests. But shh, don't tell anyone, it's our secret. For more info on ways to work with me and some fun free resources, check out the website themischiefmovement.com. Until next time, stay bold, stay rebellious, and of course, keep making mischief.